Hello, everyone. I'm Walt,
I'm Melissa.
and we are from Mouse Talk, and we are back with part 2 of our Animal Kingdom overview. And today we are going to talk about the next 3, I don't want to call them lands. I guess I would call them areas in Animal Kingdom, right?
Sections. I don't
Yeah,
know.
sections. Oh, that's probably right, too. In part 1, of course, we did the Oasis, we did Discovery Island, and Dino Land. And with today's video, we're going to do Asia, Africa, and, of course, Pandora, the newest area in Animal Kingdom. So let's get right into it. We're going to start over in Asia. And one of the first things in Asia that's really kind of a great thing to see, and it's just been updated, is the new show over there. What's that, Melissa?
It's Up, a Great Bird Adventure, and this show recently replaced Flights of Wonder, but still has a lot of the same elements that show had. Now, it's interesting because our first, I think, couple of visits here to Animal Kingdom, we didn't take the time to go see this show. Of course, we haven't seen the updated version.
Right.
But it's actually a lot of fun, and it's a nice little break. If you want to sit down and relax in the park, and some really neat interactions with some of the birds you'll see, and they let them fly overhead in the audience. And
yeah.
It's actually really enjoyable.
I agree. One of the big differences between this show and Flights of Wonder is just like it says in the name, Up, a great bird adventure, is that Doug and Russell from Up are in the show, which is kind of great and really kind of fun. They really bring a different element to the show, which I think is a lot of fun. We've seen it. We've seen it in video, and it's really kind of cool. But this is definitely a fun show for the entire family. Melissa hit it right on the head. If you're looking for a break, you need to sit for a little while. Show's about 15 minutes. It's not too long, or maybe 20.
Well, it's funny, they talk about, I've just blanked out, Kevin, the bird from the movie.
Yeah.
I really was hoping Kevin would make an appearance.
Yeah, he didn't.
And I don't think he does.
No.
So I was kind of surprised at that. I thought they would have had Kevin make an appearance.
Yeah, that would have been
They talk about him, but he doesn't show up, or she doesn't show up.
Exactly. But it's a good show. Definitely check it out while you're there. Also, speaking of Asia over there, another kind of fun thing, which I think we've only done a couple times, is the Maharaja Jungle Trek.
Yes, and it's a self-guided tour, really, and it's a relaxing way to get away from the crowds. Usually the area is pretty quiet, not super busy, and some of the animals you'll get to see, what it is, it's almost like, it's, of course, Animal Kingdom's version of a zoo, because you're going to walk through and see certain animals. There are a couple different treks you take to see them, and this particular area is going to have the tigers, monkeys, bats, and a Komodo dragon. So I was a little disappointed on our last trip because the tiger area was being redone, and they had just had the baby tigers, and they weren't able to be seen. So I was really bummed out because I really like tigers.
Yeah, that's one of the big
draws
of that area is the tigers. Now, the monkeys are cool, too, and the bats are really neat. Don't get me wrong. But we really liked the tigers. We thought they were really, really cool.
And the theming in this area is very neat because they'll have the very Asian flair to the design.
Absolutely.
Of where the glassed-in areas are, where you see the animals. It's kind of just got a relaxing feel to it for me. I just think it's very pretty. I really like that area.
Yeah, it's secluded. It's back out of the way. And it's really hard to say how long it would take you to go through because everybody's pace is different. Some people kind of fly through it. Oh, yeah, hi, there it is, and they move on. And other people take the time. They read the information about the animals. They ask the questions to the cast members that are walking around because there are cast members around there. So if you have questions, they can answer them for you. But so it's really kind of hard to say how long it'll take you. But it's a fun little trek for sure.
Definitely take the time to check it out.
Yep. Another one of the attractions over in the Asia area is, and this is actually one we've never done.
I know. In the number of times we've been, we have never done this ride.
No, we haven't. And that's the Kali River Rapids.
And it's crazy because it's a wet raft ride. It's fun for the whole family. The only issue is that what we've heard is the ride is really short and not always worth the long wait. Tends to be a long wait, so it's one you probably want to get a fast pass for. But it's a big, giant, circular raft that goes down the falls. I understand there's probably a couple of drops, things like that. And part of it, I think, takes half of the raft under a waterfall. So I think you can I hear you can get pretty drenched in this ride.
Yes.
So it's not super popular, and they do close down for refurbishment sometimes in the colder months because of it. But anyway, definitely, I've heard good things about it, except, like you said, the length isn't always great. But maybe we'll check it out eventually.
Yeah, we just said we're not big. We are water people, but we're not like water park and water ride people.
Right.
In some respects, so we'd
And
never
I don't
really
like drops, as you well know.
Yeah, right. And no, it's true. She's right. But it just wasn't a big draw to us. But it's there, and it definitely usually has, I'd say, anywhere between 35 and 45 minute wait.
Yeah, definitely.
It really isn't a short wait. I don't ever remember going by there and seeing
Yeah.
10 minutes or 15 minutes.
Because then we probably would have just stood in line and
Yeah,
waited for it just
sure.
to do it.
Yeah, absolutely. But it's a good ride from what we've heard. And definitely check it out. If you don't mind getting wet and you need to get a little bit refreshed from the hot days, check it out.
This next one's all you, dear.
Yeah, well, this is... It doesn't really matter whether you're a fan of this ride or not. This is probably, in my opinion, the best roller coaster ride in all of Walt Disney World. And that's Expedition Everest. It just is. It's easily one of the best rides altogether, no matter what kind of ride you're talking about in all of Disney World. But it's definitely the best roller coaster. You take a ride through the Himalayas and you come face to face with the legendary Yeti. It's really, really cool. The queue area is really fantastic, well themed, incredibly detailed. It's amazing how great this is. I would highly recommend this for the whole family if you have kids that like roller coasters. It's a definite fast pass. You have to get a fast pass for this ride. Although we have seen times late in the day, just before the park closes or early in the day, when the park first opens, you can get in there with 10 to 15 minutes. Plus, they have a single rider option. So if you're by yourself or you want to, trade off with mom and dad, and you have a little one, and you don't mind going alone, they have a single rider option as well.
Right.
So that's an option there too. But it really is a great ride. It really, really is. It's worth the wait. If you don't have a fast pass, to me, it's worth it. I think this ride is just fantastic. It's just one of the best rides out there.
I like looking at it from afar.
Yeah, she does. And what's also really cool about this ride,
Pretty.
what's also really cool about this ride is you get a photo op. If you get Photo Pass, Memory Maker, you'll one of the things you do get on this ride is a photo while you're on the ride, which is really kind of cool as well.
That is always fun.
But it's really neat being able to see the Yeti, and over the last couple years, they've really enhanced the lighting in there, because there was a couple times when we went, when you would go to the Yeti part and you really couldn't see him. But the last few years, it's been much clearer of seeing him, and he's right there, and it's a great ride. It really is. I highly recommend it. You have to do it. Just a wonderful ride. It really is one of the best ones in all of Disney. I don't want to keep going on about it, but it really is. It's really awesome. And all of this is in Asia, folks. We're still just in Asia.
Yeah.
It really is one of the best areas for the attractions. But the next attraction, and this is a show. And again, we've seen part of this show. It's fairly new. It's only been around for about 1.5 years now, or maybe 2 years. But it is Rivers of Light.
Right. And it's this 15-minute kind of a light water show. It's for everyone. It's at nighttime, and the show times are, you want to check your time guides for exact times on this, but it combines some live performances with water projections and an original score. The show is okay. Not going to say that it's great. If you're able to see it, good. But it's not something we've gone out of our way to see. We actually saw it from kind of the backside in the park. There was such a long wait leading up to this.
Anticipation
and it was like, I think that's
incredible.
the problem, because it took them so long. They had issues. They ended up putting in the Jungle Book show to take up for it. It ended up releasing like a year late.
They really delayed it, yes.
And then when it came out, it just was underwhelming, I guess is a good word. And it's pretty. And I like that it's on the water, and you have like the lotus flowers that open up, and
the water projections come out of them.
Yeah, it's neat, but it's not like anything. I'd rather stare at the tree in the light show on the tree all night, But anyway, it's either way.
Well, it's not, and don't get us wrong, folks. It's not that we're really bad mouthing these type of things. They're not bad. They're just not phenomenal. And with Disney, you kind of set your expectations like way up here, really high. And when something's not quite at that expectation level, you tend to get not disappointed. I guess disappointed is the wrong word. I guess,
because they announced an opening date and it took a whole year plus for it to open. That I made my expectations be pretty high, because it made me think they were doing something pretty fantastic that took all this time. So to be honest, in this case, yeah, disappointment's a good word.
I guess, but it is right there on the water. It's right over by Everest. You can't miss it. I think the Fast Pass line is over by Everest, but the standby line is over by the Nemo area of where you go in over there. So remember that if you're looking to know where to go in. But it definitely is something I would highly recommend you do one time. Make your own opinion on this. That's our opinion. You might go and you might love it. You really might. But from there, we're going to move on to some of the kind of offerings when it comes to food over there in Asia. And they have one of the first things they have is the Caravan Road.
It's just a small kiosk, offers some Asian offerings like teriyaki beef sliders and edamame.
Yeah, something good over there. Also, they have another kind of kiosk area they have is Mr. Kamal's. And this kiosk offers falafels, seasoned fries.
Ooh, they have tzatziki and sriracha ketchup on them, which I'm dying to try these next time we go. I forgot about them last time.
Right, and they also have hummus as well
Yeah,
there.
you get hummus.
Yep.
Nice, good, different kind of snack offerings like you wouldn't think of as normal park food. So, sounds pretty yummy to me.
Yep. Also, they have the Warong Outpost. And this kiosk offers like Mickey pretzels, assorted chips, margaritas, and other beverages. So if you're not really if you're not an adventurous type, you don't really want to try some of the authentic Asian foods that they do have over there, this might be a good option.
Yep, absolutely. Then there's Drinkwalla. This is a kiosk with frozen beverages, alcoholic beverages, and snacks. They have cinnamon glazed almonds and pecans. I know you can get like frozen Coke here.
Right.
They have like slushies, like blue raspberry slushies and things like that too. We did visit there our last trip, and our son got a frozen slushie there.
Yeah, and we got the almonds. I think
I
was
think
it
we
the almonds?
did.
We did. We either got the almonds or the pecans.
I'm
I don't
sure
remember.
we got the almonds.
Yeah, and they were good. I thought they were really good. They were warm. They were fresh.
Yeah.
We enjoyed them. I think it's a good spot if you're looking for something really light. Because pretzels, even Mickey pretzels and stuff like that, can kind of get heavy on
After a
a
while.
really warm day. So if you want something just kind of light, I like the almonds. I thought they were very good.
I love nuts, so
Yep.
it's all good.
Yeah, it was good. Now, one of the premier restaurants that they do have over in the Asia area is the Yak and Yeti restaurant.
Yep, and we have done a review on this restaurant. Definitely check out our whatchamacallit.
Well, I'll put a link.
link.
I'll put a link in the description below
review.
to our review of the Yak and Yeti restaurant. But Melissa's going to give
And
you a
this
little bit more
is
about
a
it.
table service restaurant. They also basically offer one of the few, I guess, they offer at Animal Kingdom.
Right.
It does have really good food. The theming is really cool here. The service was meh last time we went. I'd be interested to get your input to see what it was like for you. But we did enjoy the experience. Make sure with any table service dining to book at least 180 days out if possible, if you're staying within the parks. And the menu items are basically all Asian-inspired fare. But definitely check our review. We won't go into too much detail since we have done a separate review of this restaurant.
Yeah, and like I said, I'll put a link in the description below so you can get a link of our review. But Yak and Yeti restaurant, a really nice place to eat there. I think you'll enjoy it if you go. Definitely will.
And they actually do have a quick service Yak and Yeti. It's
That's
called
right.
Yak and Yeti Local Foods right next to it. So if you weren't looking to do a sit down, but you still they do offer some of the offerings. I know our youngest son really likes the fried rice.
Yes.
You can get that in the quick service. They even have some breakfast options there in the morning. But you can get like egg rolls, a teriyaki beef bowl, and they have bacon egg sandwiches in the morning. So definitely one to check out if you're on the go as well.
Yep, absolutely, definitely. And then from there, they also have the Yak and Yeti quality beverages, and this is just your normal assortment of beverages. I don't really know why they separate it from the local foods, but it is. It's just a beverage place right next to that you can get some of the beverages from there as well. From there, they have the Andapur, I hope I said that right, Anandapur ice cream truck. This one's really kind of neat. It's basically a bus that serves soft-serve ice cream.
Yeah, it's a big blue bus with lots of like detailing on it, and doesn't have like mirrors and different like squigglies. It's like
It's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a
like,
good time, and
but
it
yeah,
serves
it's
ice
like
cream.
soft serve chocolate vanilla or swirl ice cream cones, and always good for a hot day at Animal Kingdom.
Amen. I agree. Yep. And then from there, they have the Thirsty River Bar and Trek Snacks. And this is basically your specialty cocktails, frozen beverages, as well as ice cream treats, pretzels, popcorn, and more. They do have danishes and croissants that they serve here in the morning. So that's kind of neat, too, that they give you that option, I thought.
Of course.
That's kind of cool, too. Thirsty River Bar and Trek Snacks are going to be over right next to Expedition Everest. It's not too far from right there. So that's where you can find that as well. And then the last thing over in Asia that they do have is the Circa Zong Bazaar. And it's basically a store. It's going to have Expedition Everest type souvenirs, apparel, and Yeti toys.
Gotta have Yeti toys.
Well, it's a good store. It really is. As a fan of Everest, I've gone in there. You've been in there.
Yeah.
It really has a ton of really fun stuff.
T-shirts.
Yeah, it really does. And when you come out of the ride as well,
Of course, it's right there.
they have it right there as well. But it's a fun time. I love Asia. I love that area over there. I think it's one of the best areas in the entire park.
Yeah.
Has tons of stuff. But there you go, folks. That's Asia. From there, now remember, we're going counterclockwise. We started over in Dino Land, and we're going counterclockwise if you're looking at a park map. It's Dino Land, Asia. Now we're going to move on to Africa.
Oh.
And Africa actually has a lot of good stuff, too.
Oh, yeah, it does.
Yep. And from here, you can see, this is where you're going to go. You can see all kinds of stuff here. One of the first things you're going to do, though, is the Kilimanjaro safaris.
Okay.
Which is really, really great.
Yeah, one of our favorites, definitely.
I think so,
Been
too.
there since the beginning.
Yep, it's basically a safari ride that you're going to do through the African savannah, and you're going to see things like lions, elephants, giraffe, and more. And it's about a 22-minute ride, I'd have to say.
Yeah.
But it's one of our favorites, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. And they have a guide that's talking and will point you where to look. But there's all kinds of animals. And depending, sometimes they recommend that you go early in the morning or later in the day, because with the heat of the afternoon, if you're on that ride, a lot of the animals are going to be sleeping, being in shaded areas. They may not be in the open as much where you'll be able to see as much. So if you have the opportunity to go first thing or go later in the day, you may be able to have more up close. But we've had cases where giraffes walked right by us on the car, and it was really pretty cool.
Yeah, what it is, it's really kind of a hit and miss kind of thing. It really just depends on when you go. But Melissa's right. Go in the morning early, or if you can go later in the day. Don't go during the middle of the day when it's hot, because the animals get under the shade. If they go in the areas where you can't really see them, they might even go inside.
Yeah.
And then you don't really get as big of an experience as you might want. So, but it's a great ride. I don't care. I still think it's great. I still highly recommend it. I would say on the really busy times, get a fast pass.
Yeah.
Because the lines can get
Really
long,
long.
and you are outside. Yes,
can
they
be
have the
warm.
overhead fans, but you are still outside in those elements, I guess is what I want to say. But it's a great ride. It really is. You're going to see all kinds of great stuff. From there, one of the other really big draws to Africa is the Festival of the Lion King. It's a great show. You can experience the pageantry and puppetry of this big Broadway show that features characters that you love from the Lion King.
Yep, it is fun. They section off. There's like 4 different sections in the. I don't know. It's not really an arena.
It's kind of like I would say it's a circular shaped arena
Is it?
with
I
the
think it's
stage
more
in the middle.
Square, isn't it?
Oh,
because you're sectioned into areas, and you each have like a team you're rooting for. You're like Team Elephant, Team Warthog,
Team Giraffe.
Yeah,
and
you
Team
get
Lion.
And then they have different. Like, they have aerial things going on, like people on trapeze that are supposed to be birds and all different. It's a fun show.
I think so. I think it's a great show. I love it. They
The
sing some of
music's
the
great.
Yeah, and they sing the songs you know, and we just love it. I think it's a wonderful show. We do it almost every time we go. I know there's been a couple times where we didn't do it, but if you go, you're gonna love it. I think you're gonna think it's fantastic, and we think it's a great show too. They usually have them. I want to say every hour on the hour up till like
Something
4
like
or 5
that.
o'clock. Definitely check your times guides for that. But these are great shows. The shows usually last about, 20 minutes or so. But it's a great show. It really is. One of the other things they do have that's kind of similar to the Maharaja Jungle Trek is they have the Gorilla Falls Exploration Trail.
So it's the same kind of thing. Their little zoo area in Africa where you'll do a walkthrough. And in this case, you're going to walk through a tropical forest that's inhabited by African wildlife. So you'll actually get to see gorillas, hippopotamus, and exotic birds on this walkthrough, which is really nice. Yeah. And the gorillas will be right up close a lot of times. You'll see them right at your window because they like the people. So a lot of times you'll get a pretty good upfront, they'll be pretty close.
Yep.
And they're amazing to watch.
Yeah, they really are. They really are. And, of course, this is also where you can see the meerkats, too.
Oh,
I think they have the little meerkats in there and stuff like that. It's another great way to just kind of relaxing stroll, take some time away to just relax, not having to rush to get to a ride, and see some really exotic, beautiful animals, and it's a good time. It really is a good time. And then from there, and this area is kind of neat. This is kind of an area off by itself, and it takes a little bit to get to it, and that's Rafiki's Planet Watch. This is kind of a really neat place that we've only just discovered. Last year, I think, was the first time we went.
Yeah, we didn't take our time to go to this particular area of the park in the past.
No, we didn't, but we did this time. Basically, what you're going to do, you're going to take a train ride over to Rafiki's Planet Watch, where you can learn how to help save the world. It's really kind of cool. You'll get a behind-the-scenes look at animal care and learn about conservation. You'll also arrive at the conservation station where you'll see animals, watch scientists work and view their veterinary center. It's really kind of neat. There's also the affection section where you can meet a variety of domesticated animals and interact with the animal care experts, which is kind of cool. But also you can get your a meet and greet with Rafiki, which is kind of neat. And also they just added, I guess it's been a few months now, Doc
I thought it's been
McStuffins.
a while. I thought she was there. She just wasn't out while we were there.
Yeah, it could be. It could be.
It's
But
been a little while.
yep, but you can meet and greet with either Rafiki or Doc McStuffins over there. It's a cute little area.
It is.
And you take a neat little train ride to get to it.
Yeah, that was my favorite part, I think. But it was neat kind of being back away from everything, and the center that you go in is kind of neat. They have little areas where kids can do, coloring and different things. I just thought it was kind of neat. We didn't have a whole lot of time to do a lot of walk around or do any of the
Yeah, it was kind
a
of
lot
late
of
in
the
the day.
stuff. It was later in the day, but I think you could take a decent amount of time there, and it's actually fun, especially for the little ones.
A lot of educational stuff over there.
Yes.
A lot of information. If you're into educational things for this and you want a lot to read, you got tons of stuff, a lot of information available at your hands.
Yeah, it reminds me more of like a museum area.
Yes.
Like where you'd go. Mm-hmm.
I agree. Now, coming back from the Planet Watch area back over to the African area, some of the areas where you can eat over here, one of them is...
The Harambe Fruit Market. This is basically a little cart area where you can get fresh fruit, pretzels, and beverages.
Exactly. Also, they do have, and this area is not too old either, this is kind of one of the newer areas they do have, is the Harambe Market.
Mm-hmm.
And here you can get African-inspired ribs, chicken, sausages, and beer, and more. We've eaten here. I've eaten here. I got the, I think it was the chicken I got. It was on skewers.
Mm-hmm.
And they were good. It was marinated. It was a different type marinade. I will admit it. It was something I wasn't used to.
Mm-hmm.
It was definitely very much African-inspired, flavors. But I enjoyed it. I thought it was good. And I do recommend this place. I think you would like it if you're into that. If you're a little bit adventurous with your food, trying different things, it's definitely a great area to try.
Yeah.
Absolutely. From there...
We have the Tamu Tamu Refreshments, and this you can actually get your Dole Whip here in Animal Kingdom here at Tamu Tamu. They also have a double chocolate chip ice cream sandwich, so you actually have a chocolate cookie with chocolate chips, which looked really yummy, and then chocolate-covered espresso beans, as well as other sundaes and beverages. So this is for your sweet tooth, folks.
Absolutely, yeah. Good area to get something like that. That chocolate chip ice cream sandwich, now I'm not major into that kind of stuff, but it did look pretty good.
Yeah, it does.
It really does look pretty good, absolutely. From there, they also have the Dawa Bar, and this is offering cocktails, wine, domestic, and African beers. So if you want a little bit of a spirit while you're walking around the park, this is probably one of the places to go if you're over in Africa. Now, the other thing they do have is Donald's Dining Safari and Tusker House, or at Tusker House. And Tusker House is another one of these areas that's really going to be a fantastic place to eat. This is a Disney character buffet with Donald and friends, offering both African and American inspired cuisine. They serve breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And we have heard nothing but good things about this character dining experience. We have not done it, though.
Nope, but we are planning to.
Yes.
Our next trip. We actually have this book, so we'll be able to do a review on that down the road, folks. But let us know your experience. You definitely want to book this in advance. Very popular place to eat. And from what we've been researching online, it has things for the more adventurous eater and also things that are going to please a very picky palate. So that's one thing I liked about it. They'll have things to choose from that I think everybody can find something they're going to like. I've heard good things about the character interactions, and it just seems like it's going to be fun. So we'll keep you posted on that.
Yeah, and what's really neat about this, too, is with Tusker House, the characters are in their safari outfits, which is kind of neat because you don't really get to see them in that too often.
Right.
So that's really kind of cool. And Melissa's exactly right. Everything we've read and heard with reviews, not only about the food, everybody raves about the food here, but they've also said the character interaction is really good. So it might be a good place to go with the kiddies if you're going to be over that way and you want to book a character dining. From there, we have
the Kusafiri Coffee Shop and Bakery. So this is a great place to stop if you're coming this way in the morning, where they have breakfast offerings including pastries. They even have panini sandwiches and coffee, of course.
Yep, absolutely, yeah. So it's good to see that each one of these areas has these types of stops for the folks that need these types of food. So that's really, really good. They also have the Mombasa Marketplace, and this shop basically offers African-inspired artwork, carvings, and drums. It's really a cool store. I love this store. I think it's really neat that they offer just the basic generic stuff, not IP, not IP stuff
Yeah.
like Donald and Mickey and things like that, or Lion King. This is just your basic African-inspired artwork, carvings, and drums.
Things theming to the park area and just some really nice stuff.
Yeah, that really is nice. So if you're looking for something like that, this might be the perfect spot. And then finally, over in Africa, they have the Zuri's Sweets Shop. Maybe I can't even say that 3 times fast. But this is basically tasty treats. It's snacks. It's African-inspired home items as well. And it's really neat. Like Melissa said, if you're looking for some sweets or candy, this is the area where you want to get it. And it really is a cool store as well. I love Africa. I don't know that I don't know if I like it as much as I like Asia. I guess because I'm more of, for the attractions and stuff that's over there. But Africa's really nice as well. Lots of great stuff.
I love it.
They have some shows, some street shows that they do as well,
really nice.
that are really fun. Some dancing shows, some acrobatic type shows as well, and you can participate. They'll pull you out of the crowd if you're willing, and they're a lot of fun as well. So check out them. It's a lot of fun. It really is.
Those are very enjoyable.
They are. They really are enjoyable. They really, really are. And then finally, we're going to move over to the final area, and of course, this is the newest area at Disney's Animal Kingdom, and that's, of course, Pandora, the world of Avatar. Now, this used to be Camp Mini Mickey.
Right.
This is what it used to be. We remember Camp Mini Mickey. We visited there. That's where the Lion King Festival of the Lion King used to be at one time. So they moved it to the new place, and then they shut it down to make Pandora, the world of Avatar. And it's nothing short of amazing. But let's get right into it. Again, it's the new additional area to Animal Kingdom, and it opened just in spring of 2017. It has not been open that long. And, of course, it's based on the James Cameron film Avatar. So we'll start with the very first thing over there, and that is the
Navi River Journey. And this is a dark ride. It takes you into a bioluminescent rainforest in search of the Navi shaman of songs. And to me, it's a little underwhelming, but it's relaxing. It's
very pretty.
Very pretty. A lot of lit up, the bioluminescence is very cool. You can see some of the critters from the rainforest running through. And the end is the best part, I guess, when you see
the animatronic.
The shaman
oh, it's
that's
great.
Singing. She's huge, and it's pretty real looking.
Yeah.
That's the best part.
Yeah.
But you see like blue frogs jumping around, and it's very beautiful. And even going through the queue, it's very neat. They have a lot of, it's all hand woven from what we were talking to the people there. When you see it, it's like all this hand woven, I can't even describe it, but it's very, very nice. Very pretty to look at, very relaxing. It reminds me kind of, I guess it's almost like being on the Three Caballeros ride.
Yeah, kind of.
But Avatar.
Yeah, but like but it's also
But it's
a little bit, it's a lot better. A lot better.
But it's that type
the
of
visual
ride.
is a lot better.
Yeah.
Same type thing. But
So-
it's a good ride. The wait times, for the time you wait, that I think that's what Melissa's talking about, for the amount of wait times, which have actually gone down significantly, and I think that's kind of a telling factor of what this ride's like. You're still going to have to wait a bit because the area is so new right now.
Right.
But it's definitely a
But
ride.
it's worth seeing, and it's family friendly. Anybody can go on this ride.
Absolutely.
It's great for everybody.
Absolutely. Now, one of the places they do have to eat over there this is a quick service place. It's called Pongu Pongu. And this quick service snack spot, this is where you can get glowing frozen Pandora beverages with boba balls as well as their unique snacks.
Their unique snack is the Pongo Lumpia. It's a pineapple cream cheese stuffed spring roll.
Right.
Other things you can get there is a colossal pretzel with cheese sauce, and there are several beer selections there as well. So that's their quick service area there.
Yeah. Something quick and easy. If you're looking for something fast, that's where you get it. And it's right outside the store, which we'll get to in a little bit. It's right there. If you're coming out of the store, it's right off to the left. Can't miss it. Now, their sit-down area that they have over there, kind of their, I wouldn't say table service, but it's more like a quick service as well.
Too, but you have tables to sit down. The other
Yes.
place is more of a snack stop, where
Yeah.
it's not like
I agree.
grab and go. But this one you can sit down with your family.
And that's Satuli Canteen. And this is basically, like I said, their quick service eatery featuring wood-fired beef and chicken that you can watch them grill right in front of you. It's really kind of neat. As well as chicken spiced tofu.
No, chili spiced tofu.
Chili spice. What did I
People
say?
are eating tofu. They don't want chicken.
That's true. I can't believe I said chicken. I meant
Chicken
chili.
spiced tofu.
I read right past that. I did. I read right
That's
past
because you don't
that.
want to eat tofu.
That's a good point. Chili spiced tofu, fish, and steamed pods with cheeseburger of curry.
Or curry flavors. Sorry. So
That's okay.
Yeah, they have kind of some fun, interesting things here that you can't get anywhere else.
Not in this world.
In Disney World, period. So I like the selections they have here. We didn't get the opportunity to really try any of the food when we went. I wished we had now just to get some of it to try. But it's something that's definitely on my to-do list next time we go.
Yep. And then from there, they have their one store, and it's the only store over in that area. And it's really kind of a cool store, and that's Wind Traders. And this is Pandora's only shop where you will find nature-inspired items that feature the many wonders of Pandora. And it's the only place where you can adopt your very own Banshee.
Yeah, they're pretty cool.
They actually are pretty neat. They have different ones. They have a ton of different ones, all different colors, all different
patterns.
They're really, really neat, and they can lay on your shoulder or sit on your shoulder. And you have like this little thing that comes down, and you can kind of make him talk and flap his wings, and
it makes him move around and looks like he's alive.
Yeah,
you have the control.
Right, and you don't purchase them; you adopt them, which is really kind of neat.
You adopt a Banshee.
And what's funny about this area is when Pandora first opened, these things went like hotcakes. They actually ran out of them.
Yeah,
they were on back order for a while. They had to reorder them, and it was really kind of neat. But they're fun. They're a lot of fun.
They are.
It really is. And the store is definitely Pandora inspired. All kinds of different Pandora stuff everywhere you want. Shirts, hats, toys, plush animals. You name it, they have it in there. It's a lot of fun. It's a great store. It's a pretty good size store
I like
too.
The store.
I thought the store was a pretty good size. It wasn't really small, so I didn't feel cramped. But then again, we were there on a special event.
Yeah, that's probably why.
Could be. But I think it's a great store. And what's really neat is, and I was saving this for last because I think it's the best for last. The store is connected to the last ride that we're going to talk about. And it's where when you come out of this ride, you lead right into the store, and that's, of course, Flight of Passage.
It's the best ride in all of Disney World right now.
Yeah, it really is probably the best ride at Disney World, period, to date right now. I know we have Star Wars Land coming and Toy Story Land coming, and so we'll see if that changes.
Right.
But for now, this ride it's just, we've never been on anything like it. Basically, what you do, you fly on the back of a mountain Banshee during an exhilarating 3D ride above Pandora. This ride will blow your mind. It really will blow your mind. Be sure to book your Fast Passes 60 days in advance if you can, because you will need to have a Fast Pass. But it's a ride you don't want to miss.
Yeah.
But the wait times are astronomical.
Yeah, they are. Like 3 hours, astronomical.
Yes, 120 minutes, 135 minutes, 180 minutes, 200 minutes. I've seen them all. I've seen 300 minutes for this ride. When they first opened the park, we were looking at 5 hours to ride this ride in standby. Fast Pass is a must.
Absolutely, 100%.
It really is, and they do not have a single rider line for this. So if you can't get a Fast Pass, first thing in the morning when you get to Pandora, run over to Pandora and get on Flight of Passage. And be careful, don't run anybody over.
Right.
But get over there and ride that ride.
Yeah.
It really is. It's fantastic. I've never felt anything like it. You sit on this machine and you feel like you're really on a Banshee. I mean, it's like it's breathing.
Sit like you're going to sit on a bike type of thing. You straddle thing, and it kind of pushes up against you and locks in. Your feet are locked in, and the thing comes up to your back. So you feel secure. It's a little different than anything I've ever been on.
Yes.
And it's a little scary. And for me, as scared as I am, I had to kind of keep my eyes half closed through some of it, but it was amazing. And you actually feel that you're supposed to be on a Banshee, you feel it breathing.
Yeah.
Like you can feel like what they've simulated as like breathing. So it's really fascinating what they did with this ride. I can't even begin to say how
it's wonderful.
Amazing it is.
It really is amazing. First time I rode it, I came off the ride, I had like tears in my eyes. It was unbelievable.
Yeah.
It was an amazing ride. It really is fantastic. But there you go. That's Pandora, and that is Animal Kingdom, folks. That is the overview of Animal Kingdom. Really hope you guys enjoyed it. We definitely enjoyed bringing it to you. Let us know in the comments below what you think of Animal Kingdom. What are your favorite things? What are the best places you like to eat? What rides do you like over there? Maybe something you don't like. What would you like to see changed? Let us know in the comments below. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, please do so. Just click that notification in the bottom right-hand corner and subscribe to the channel. And also, if you thought this video was informative, if you thought it was fun, definitely helped you out in some way, please give us a thumbs up and share the video as well.
Yes, please.
Absolutely. And with that, that's going to do it for this episode and this second part of the Animal Kingdom overview. We really hope you guys enjoyed it. We enjoyed bringing it to you. And until next time, please take care of yourselves and each other, and we will talk to you soon.
Thanks for watching.
Bye-bye, everyone.